Hello everyone. So I would like to talk about my compositional process here for this track, which is very rhythmic drive. Is production music cue that I'm doing for this album that focus on Middle Eastern historical context. It has a bit of a blend of ancient with modern balance, the way I constructed the orchestration. Well, the foundation of this piece is pretty much around our Turkish rhythmic cell that I heard once on a video on YouTube, and I found very, very interesting. I thought, why not using that and working around this as pretty much the main core idea here. There isn't that much about the harmony. It's more about the energy that will be coming from the rhythm itself. There's also a lot of use of string ostinato that I use here, especially actually that happens on Act 2, okay? Because that's the moment where the intensity increases. There is also a melody, okay? Is presented. We hear that melody at the very start, and then later on the Act 3. Pretty much in terms of sound palette is very hybrid. It's a combination of ethnic and orchestral instruments. There is some use of guitars, and a little bit of drones just at the very beginning in order just to give us a bit of a modern edge. And the whole structure is based on 3 acts. So building, development, and then the final act, okay? So what would be good now to do is if I show how these ideas work in practice. So here in this template that I have, we would be nice if we just hear first the rhythm. Everything actually was pretty much done like this. If I put at the very beginning is actually here on the large frame drum. So if I solo that for us, we can listen that main Turkish rhythmic cell that I use, and it's in 9/4. Naturally, there are other instruments that within the percussion palette that I use here to add variation, okay? I mean, here, of course, we're only having like some of the metals. But here, like, for example, now, of course, start intensifying, creating some counter rhythms and variation, okay? I mentioned that we have a string ostinato, and that happens actually here on Act 2. So if I solo that, sound pretty much like this. What is nice here that I did that you have this being doubled by some of the ethnic instruments, just like the kwanu. Oh, sorry. Get that? There we go. The oud, sorry. In terms of a melody, I did mention that we have a melody that appears, but that melody first time is stated here at the very beginning. So if you go here for some of the woodwinds, the ethnic instruments, so if I just solo them, let's put it there. Hang on, sorry, it's going to be this one here. Okay, so go there. Yeah, there you go. That's where it starts. So that we have that melody that's presented here. Later, he appears, but it only appears on Act 3. So we have that first statement, and that on the second statement here, the Act 2, it does not appear and appears only later on Act 3. Okay. Right. What else to talk? Let me see. That'll be interesting here. Some of the hybrid elements. So, for instance, here I have some of my guitars that are being used, which is this one comes around there. You know, it adds the edge, and this is pretty much just being used to layer against the brass, okay, and give that modern feel to it. Okay, so let's do like this. I'm gonna now just play in context so we can listen the whole thing in context there. So that's the melody that I mentioned before, the rhythm that we are hearing, the Turkish rhythm in 9/4. And you see there's always a call and response from the main melody and the duduk. Go from here to the end of Act 1, and now as the string begins ostinato, and we hear that reinforcement of the rhythm in terms of proportion from the low strings here. The guitar enters bass together as well. And there's a moment after the section called Chug where we have a bit more of a variation. Especially on the string ostinato. Variation in the vocal lines ahead. Our transition for final act, Act 3. And the melody we heard at the beginning now being played there. Okay, that's it. So hope you enjoy, and until next time, guys.